All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc. My name is LaSalle, and I will be your host for today's episode and every episode here on the channel. My friends, on the last episode we began the class trial of Hifumi and Taka, and we've just been going back and forth, different things. Hina's been being stupid, Celeste has been suspicious. To be honest, both Hina and Celeste have been suspicious, but Celeste most of all. And we're trying to piece together exactly what's been happening, who's responsible, what happened, all that good stuff. I know there's no music right now. We're about to take a look back on what happened with this whole morning, I think, because there was a lot of moving parts, quite literally, because the bodies moved a lot, but also there was a lot of moving parts just in general with this whole murder sequence thing. So we're about to take a look back at what happened, and hopefully that will help us sort of determine, maybe get a good idea of how things could have unfolded and who possibly could have been behind it all. That's what I'm thinking. So without further ado, let's talk or take it away.
I suppose we could start with this morning.
I suppose we could.
4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself.
Oh yeah, and Hina was like, maybe we'll find out where Kyoko's been up to. Funniest thing I've heard all week. That's hilarious. I'll never find out where Kyoko's been up to. That girl can disappear like she's a ghost, dude.
We waited there for
no
quite
chance.
a while,
No chance of hearing that.
Nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone.
Who am I mimicking right now?
That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Yes. And I know you're so hopeful she's going to tell you where she went, but she isn't, because she didn't even tell me, and she's supposed to trust me the most.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
Right. So we found Celeste in the rec room, and she was injured. I remember that, so then we went to get help.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant.
So you say, Celeste? But for now, I'll take your story as fact. I'm not going to point fingers at you just yet because I have no evidence. So she claims she was unconscious for an hour after she was attacked by the robot.
I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
Really? You had your stopwatch on you? Your clock doesn't exist? Or is there a clock in the rec room? Both things I would like to confirm. Because I don't think she has a watch.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume.
If we are to accuse Celeste, we're going to have to solve how this little picture thing works here, because I have no idea if this is not Hiro behind this whole thing, which I don't think it is. How on earth could Celeste have taken a picture of Hiro dragging Hifumi away if Hiro is not responsible for the events that occurred?
As it turns out, it was Robo-Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo-Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library.
Yes. That is true. So we recruited everybody, and then Hifumi was, like, injured in the library. I remember that.
Injured,
Yep.
so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect.
And then he quote-unquote died, but he didn't actually die because he came back to life when Hina cried on him.
But not long after leaving the nurse's office.
What's wrong? I saw a shadow, something moving around at the top of the stairs.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor. And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
and
Which
then,
we never were able to find the robot. So Celeste said she quote-unquote cornered him, but then Byakuya, we split up here, I remember that. We split up, and then I went down to the nurse's office, and Byakuya and some other people went to down the hall, but they never actually found the strange costumed man. So I don't know what the hell Celeste was talking about here. Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi, right? Because Hifumi got killed there, or killed. He didn't actually die, and so that we split up into two groups and we ran down there. But I'm saying nobody ever found the costumed man. So what's going on with that?
At that point, we decided to divide up into two groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement.
Well, we know he wasn't actually dead, so even Monokuma was mistaken by this. Even Monokuma thought he had died, but he actually hadn't died, so that was actually a mistake on Monokuma. I wonder if we're going to point that out.
I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the third floor to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time, because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
Okay.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the three of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us, and she told us something very surprising.
Hifumi's body's disappeared, right? And we're like, how the hell did Hifumi's body disappear, bro? Shouldn't even be possible.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
So silly, bro. This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all of this or something? No, we weren't.
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for two missing dead bodies.
Yep.
And after some time,
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
I think that about covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated.
Oh, yeah, right. She wasn't here for that, was she? Yeah, Kyoko, it kind of was. It would have been nice if you had joined us. But, no, you were off doing who the hell knows what.
It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Oh?
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Yes, do explain, as I get my sparkling apple juice over here. This is not liquor, okay? This is not liquor. I'm just out of waters. Or I'm not out of waters, but I need to save my last one for the rest, for tomorrow morning before I go to work. So, sparkling apple cider is my drink of the evening.
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation.
Huh? Okay.
And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
The contradictions hidden in what happened to Taka. In order to uncover the truth of this case, I have to find them no matter what. So she's saying not everything is connected here. She's saying if we look at it like separately, things might become more clear. All right, I like that idea. Kyoko's good at this kind of thing, so we gotta listen to her. Let's find out exactly what we're talking about here.
So, regarding Taka's
We only have 4 hearts because we took some damage on the bullet time battle in the last episode.
Or perhaps it was after?
How about perhaps you just tell us what the answer is, because we clearly know.
We know what order they were killed in.
Okay, fine, we do.
Taka came last.
Why do we know that again?
You say that.
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammer.
Oh, right, he got killed with the
It's
4th
true that
one.
Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3. while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
That is true.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Alright, what do we got here? The order that Justice Hammers were used to commit the murders. Something about that is bothering me. Alright.
So,
And what is
regarding
bothering
Taka's
you?
death, I wonder if
Let's
he
take a
died
look at here,
before
because I'm going to
Hifumi.
have to start looking at these truth bullets a lot more, guys, as these cases get more complicated, because, yeah, I'm going to remember less and less. What was Taka's wristwatch, the broken wristwatch? Just pointing past 6 o'clock. It was confirmed that as of late last night, the watch still worked, which means it must have been broken the following morning when he was attacked. That was so far on the screen, bro. Alright, that's better. Okay, so... The following morning at 6 a.m. And Hifumi died way after 6 a.m. This was a ploy to get us to think that Hifumi died first. That's what this is, bro. That's what this
Or
is.
perhaps it was after?
This was a genius by the killer.
We already know
Yeah,
what order they were
yeah,
killed. Taka came last.
Okay.
Makes you say that? Because of the numbering of the
Okay, what am I shooting though? Is it
True
that?
Hifumi was killed
Or is it the
just
first
while
thing she
Taka's death
said?
came from-
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Which is it,
So,
bro? It's probably what
regarding
order.
Taka's
It's
death,
probably what order. That's
I
what we're probably
wonder if
shooting.
he
It's
died
probably this thing
before
right here.
Hifumi.
Because the order is the thing that's
Or
contradicted.
perhaps it was after?
That's what I'm thinking.
We already know.
No, that was not right. Of course it wasn't right. Why would it ever be right, bro? I, of course, and then unplugged my headphones. Because I'm stupid as heck. And then when I unplug my headphones, what do I have to do? I have to restart the recording because my OBS gets all messed up and freaks out. So annoying when that happens. Alright, so it's the other one we gotta shoot. I thought that would be the one because that's what we're contradicting, but no, it's the other one. That's fine.
So, regarding I
But
wonder
go with
if
the
he
other
died,
one
or
then.
perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were. Taka came last.
Okay, Hina.
Say that? Because of the numbering of
What? Okay, alright. We have the wrong truth bullet then. I don't... Alright, hold on. Trying to figure out why we have the...
regarding
wrong
Taka's death.
wrong thing. Wrong thing. Sal, get your
I wonder
controls.
if he died
Oh my goodness,
before
and then my controller dies?
Or perhaps it was after?
Dude, you gotta be kidding me.
We already know what order they were killed in.
Bro,
Taka came last.
the last minute has been
What makes
completely
you say
cursed,
that?
bro. And that one's not even
Because
plugged
of the
in, bro.
numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Yeah, I'm bringing the
True
Justice
that
Hammers,
Hifumi
bro.
was killed with Justice Hammer 3.
Oh my goodness, and my wires are
While
tangled.
Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
Nightmare.
So it's obvious
Nightmare
Taka
last
came
minute, bro.
after.
Bro, why is this not plugging? This should be plugged in, man. Can you charge? Bro. Okay, thank you. Alright, now we can actually think about this, now that my technology is gonna stop messing up. Alright.
So, regarding Taka's
What am I
death,
doing? That is not the right controls.
I wonder if he died before Hifumi. Or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in.
Oh, is this, we actually... Is this the thing where we have to absorb the thing?
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice.
No, it's wrong.
I remembered that feature existed, bro, because I was like, none of the bullets make sense if that
Hold
didn't...
on.
That was
There's
the only...
no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers.
They threw me off with that because I was like, well, I've used the only bullet that makes sense on the two things that make sense, and it was none of them. So, you know, I thought they were going with the broken wristwatch to basically contradict with the fact that, you know, Taka was killed after Hifumi. That's not the truth. So that's what I thought because the wristwatch proved he was killed before because it was at 6 a.m., but they wanted you to absorb there. That's the only other option. I'm low-key happy that I did that move by accident because I kind of forgot it existed in the game. I was like, oh, wait. I did that by accident. Wait, that might actually be the real thing you need to do. All right, Makoto. Go off, buddy.
If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, But in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi?
Yeah, it was just a ploy by the killer. Very smart, actually. Very smart.
Okay then, let's see the proof.
Okay, fair enough. If we're gonna say something, we have to prove it. Evidence that proves Taka was killed before Hifumi. I feel like there was something. Hey, man's gambit. All right, let's think of the word. I don't know what the word is, but the wristwatch. The wristwatch, bro. Yes, yes, yes. Because we were just talking about it. I was one step ahead of the salad forgets how to spell on today's episode. That's what's happening here. I was one step ahead of the game, so I knew exactly what they were talking about, but the game wanted me to do it their way and not my way. I was just one step ahead of the dang game. H, please. H, please. H, please. Hello. Thank you.
Now I understand.
Now I understand. Oh, do you now, Makoto? Do you understand?
I've got it. Taka's wristwatch.
Buddy, I knew this 10 minutes ago. Come on, man. Get with the program.
See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
What? Are you kidding me? I never could have figured that out myself.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer.
You know,
Because as of last night...
yeah, maybe they shouldn't have put that in as a truth bullet and made me, like, figure that out myself early. Like, that was so weird that they actually included that as a truth bullet, because otherwise I wouldn't have thought of that, but, like, they put it in as a truth bullet. Like, hello? How long are you going to keep us waiting? His ear too. Yeah, we already saw this in the last episode. Pierce the air as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock. You know that bedtime for all the little boys and girls. Sorry, Taka. Sorry you had to die, buddy.
So if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
Seems like it.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
Well before. Like, nobody's up at 6 a.m. That's even before Celeste, quote-unquote, got attacked. So that means that none of us have an alibi for that. Nobody. I'm sure they're going to get to that, but I just realized what that means. We're all potentially guilty for this thing. None of those, like, events that happened throughout those halls, all that stuff we just went over, none of that matters for this particular thing, does it?
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
Yeah, exactly. Which means, legitimately, nobody is safe here.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
Bro was dead before any of this even started. They just hit it. Wow, that was genius, dude. They made it really seem like he was killed after Hifumi with the Order of the Justice Hammers. Wow. What a turn of events this is.
That simple fact slipped past all of us.
Bro was dead for, like, almost a quarter of a day before he even realized it. Like, what the hell?
We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
Wow. Good job, whoever orchestrated that.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size.
Genius. Honestly, that's very smart.
That way, when we saw how
Too bad we found it out anyway.
Incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now,
There's too many smart
Taka
people here.
was killed around 6. Then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window.
Yep, that's exactly what I was saying, Kyoko. But also, now that I think about it, it is extremely difficult to get away with a murder with the type of people we have here. We have Kyoko here, who literally, like, knows everything. Byakuya, who also is really smart, as much as I hate to give him credit for it, okay? You got Makoto, who clearly knows how to do stuff, even though he's dumb, but he knows how to do stuff. The 3 of those guys combined, good luck getting a murder past any of these, all 3 of these guys. Like, it's insane to me. I just, you gotta be stupid to even try at this point.
Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall
Yep,
yet.
she just said it. Kyoko, you and I are on the exact same page, and I love it. I told you they were going to bring up that fact that none of us have alibis. We're literally all just as responsible, or could be just as responsible for that murder.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder, but all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
This is true. This is true.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
You can't think that two are unrelated, though. It has to be the same person. Right? You have to think that it was the same person who murdered both of them. So somehow they found a way to murder Hifumi, but it didn't have to be as convoluted. It didn't have to be as convoluted. It didn't have to involve that extra step of killing Taka in that same exact, cluster run through the school that we were all doing. It makes it a little more simple. What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko.
Yep. Hiro was in the robot suit, and Kyoko, we will never know where she is because she just doesn't tell us. So who the heck cares? Just let her do her own business at this point.
We all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body.
Unless she actually murdered Hifumi, but I can't imagine Kyoko doing that.
That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on.
Hiro, you've said some pretty dumb stuff over the course of this game, man. And to be perfectly honest with you, man, that might be the dumbest thing you've said yet.
If that's true, where's the tape?
Oh, you moron.
I don't know.
He has no proof to back it up either.
Don't just go making stuff up.
I mean, Hina, to be fair, you're not much better, but I'll excuse it for the time being.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream.
Yeah, rock solid, huh? I know something else that's rock solid, Sakura. Obviously your muscles. The hell? What'd you guys think I was talking about?
Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
Right.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared.
Why does she look so uninterested? Look at her. She's just like, I don't want to be here. I do not want to be here right now.
When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct?
How do you get your hair like that, bro? It looks like she just rubbed a bouncy spring. You know those springs that bounce up and down, bro? It looks like she just rubbed that through her hair, and that's what came out on both sides, like an imprint of a giant bouncy spring. How does one get their hair like that? I'd like to see what her hair looks like naturally. I don't mess with that hairstyle. Yes, her and Hina were in the bathroom while everyone in the equipment room, right? And so somehow Hifumi disappeared within that 1 minute they were gone.
And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room.
Right, that too.
At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Yes, you were.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then.
Yeah, I guess that's possible, but that's not the vibes I'm getting.
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body.
Very true. I don't know how the hell anybody could have done that with Hifumi's body.
Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
In other words,
I believe her.
it is impossible
Believe it or
that
not.
any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies.
Right, but somebody did.
On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared.
Kyoko!
So they most
Get outta
certainly
here.
could have done those things.
You deserve to die just for saying her name like that. Kyoko.
So what now, Kyoko?
That's how you say her name. Good job, Makoto. That's how you say her name, not Kyoko.
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles.
Yes, look to the wise Kyoko. The wise and great Kyoko whenever we need advice. Oh my goodness, she just knows, she's the all-being and knows everything.
So instead of who,
The world's
I
encyclopedia.
propose we start talking about how.
Oh, okay. Like how you're so pretty, am I right? Nah, okay.
In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That is a very, very important thing we need to figure out, isn't it? Because I'm gonna be honest, I've turned the possibilities over in my mind plenty of times, and I cannot figure this one out at all. It's the one thing that I cannot even take a guess at how it happened.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing.
No, like not at all, bro.
And according to what Celeste said,
Right, so they said they couldn't be gone for a minute or two. So literally, the person had to come in and drag him out somehow up 2 floors within a minute. Like, how? The killer's able to get in and move away Hifumi's body in that short amount of time. Would seem so.
his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it.
That makes no sense. I'm sorry. That makes no sense.
But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
No, there's no way. I don't buy it, bro. How on earth could someone have pulled this off?
Oh, man, yeah. There's no way. It'd be impossible.
Well, to be honest, just because you're saying that doesn't convince me. But yes, in general terms, you should be correct.
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
Dude, she's about to blow my mind. Anything she's about to say next to this statement is going to blow my mind. So I'm ready, dude. I'm ready. Kyoko, do it. Just do it.
What? How?
I'm with you. I'm with you, Hina. How in the heck?
If the dead body were to move itself.
What? The music, what? You telling me the corpse got up and walked by itself, buddy? Missy, you ain't a buddy, you're a Missy. I'd like to know how. Bro was seriously injured. Yeah, we know he was still alive, but like, I don't think he was in any condition to get up and start walking around himself. Are you kidding me? He barely came back to life when Hina cried on him. What is she talking about, bro? I think she took the sleeping pills a little too early, man. She's clearly sleeping through this investigation now. She's clearly confused on what's going on. She's like daydreaming.
The dead body moved on its own?
Yeah, that's kind of my, like, bro, what?
No, not another.
Okay, well, we know he wasn't dead, but because he came back alive when Hina cried on him, but like, he was in no condition to walk around the school, dude.
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
Well, we know he was still alive. We know this. Okay, that's not the problem. We know he was alive because he literally started opening his eyes and talking again when Hina cried on him later in the episode, okay? What in reality we should not be even, like, how is this fathomable that he was in any condition to walk up 2 flights of stairs after, like, being knocked out so coldly? He died in, like, 2 seconds after Hina's conversation with him.
He was alive?
We know he was alive! Are you people dense? That's not the issue here!
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
Yes, that's what they're saying. I don't understand how.
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
You of all people should know that he was not dead, Hina. You of all people should know that.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
Excuse me? What do you mean?
That it isn't possible.
Playing dead? What are you trying to say? The idea that Hifumi was still alive, is it really possible? What? We gotta make an argument here, and I have no idea what we're making an argument on because this entire thing's blowing my mind. I have no information on this. I'm gonna have to figure this out.
When we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive.
That is what they're saying.
No, it is impossible.
Celeste thinks it's impossible.
Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
Okay, well, they're saying he's
You know
not.
that how?
Kyoko's drilling her, bro.
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us.
Right.
Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Okay, is that contradictory?
And that is why the announcement was made.
We have to figure out why that's contradictory.
Are we really so sure about
If
that?
Kyoko says no, then
Maybe
it's...
the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Ooh. The body discovery announcement was only made once. That much I'm sure of. Monokuma didn't mess up, did he? Monokuma did not mess up, did he? He only made one body discovery announcement because there was only one dead body. And he made it for the other person when they found Taka. This game's genius, bro. This game, it came to me. It came to me, bro. It came to me. That's exactly what it is.
Saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office,
it's got to be another
there's a chance
absorbing.
He was actually still alive.
None of these.
It is impossible. Hifumi was dead. And you know that
I think you gotta absorb the Kyoko thing at the end, bro.
That is why. Are we really? Maybe the enough.
To signal
I
someone
think this is
else's
right, bro.
discovery.
I think this is right. I think they're doing another absorbent because this makes total sense now that I think about it. I was like, Monokuma messed up. Are we going to talk about that? He only did one discovery announcement when there was 2 dead bodies. But no, it's because one wasn't actually dead. Because we're Makoto, we thought it was for Hifumi because we discovered Hifumi at the same time they discovered Taka. Oh my goodness.
Saying that when we first found
This is it, bro.
Hifumi,
This is
there's
it.
a
Come on.
chance He was actually still alive.
This is it.
No. It is impossible.
No, sure it is.
Hifumi was dead. Without it, you know that. Surely you heard the body discovered Hifumi's dead body had.
No, I didn't mean to do that. I meant.
That is what. Are we really?
Dude.
Maybe the announcement was intended to
Oh.
signal someone else's discovery.
Stop it! I'm getting my controls all confused, bro.
There's a chance he would. No. If Hifumi was dead.
Hifumi was dead.
Maybe the announcement
Okay.
To signal someone else's discovery.
This has got to be right. Because none of the truth bullets fit. And Kyoko, we got to take Kyoko's words, bro. I'll take Kyoko's words all day, baby.
Hifumi was dead.
Alright. Stop being creepy, LaSalad. Shoot the truth bullet.
You heard the body discovery at Hifumi's.
No, it's wrong.
Break!
Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Dude, this game makes me feel like a genius sometimes. I can't lie. I wish I did this well in school when it came to stuff like this. I mean, not that we ever talk about murder mysteries in school, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm never this good at answering like questions and logic and information and all that stuff in school. I never was. So this makes me feel kind of smart.
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Okay, Celeste, but the thing is, there is another body discovered at the same time. That's what you're not understanding here.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
We discovered them at the exact same time. Wow, how convenient for the killer.
So there's a good chance we made a
How could the
mistake
killer
in
have
this
planned that,
somewhere.
bro? That's crazy. It's true, but I can't believe the killer planned it like that.
I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
Yeah. But the idiots up there should have known that. My goodness, dude. Or somebody should have known this earlier. We should have been like, why are there 2 dead bodies but only one announcement? Are you guys stupid? Why did you not think of this earlier? You guys, both parties were to blame here. Both groups were to blame for that. To be fair, I didn't think of it either, so I guess I'm to blame as well. So maybe I shouldn't be talking.
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2 announcements.
Exactly.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
See, Monokuma is kind of lazy, but he's also kind of calculated about how he does things, and I feel like he wouldn't mess up on this one, despite the fact that I said he messed up. But now that I have new information, I'm changing my mind on that.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
We get to hear from him. From the almighty Monokuma.
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail.
Yes, you can, because we're demanding it.
But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
Considering there should have been 2 dead bodies, there should have been 2 announcements. He literally just revealed what he didn't say it, but he revealed exactly what we needed to hear.
That didn't answer our question,
No, it did.
man.
It did answer our question.
You're a lazy bum.
It did answer our question, Hero.
No, actually, that was plenty.
Again, I agree with Pichakua here, so gotta be honest.
He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time, which means
there should have been 2 body discovery announcements since we discovered 2 bodies for the first time, but since there was only 1, it means somebody wasn't dead.
even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
I didn't even think of that. That's right, it came later. Oh my goodness, I totally forgot. I forgot about that part. It actually did come for a second time, but it came way later. It came at the end when we found them in the repository. Ow!
Huh? Later on?
Yes, later on, you silly, silly murderer yourself, serial killer.
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
Second body discovery announcement. The first time I played was when we found each body in the nurse off in the equipment room. And the second time was when both bodies were rediscovered in the repository. I remember it.
I got it!
Even though Hifumi technically wasn't dead by then.
Time in the repository, when we rediscovered the 2 bodies.
Technically, he still wasn't dead then, but like, whatever. I don't know. Maybe they don't care about that little detail. I don't know. He still wasn't technically dead. He came back to life for a second. A body has been discovered! After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin!
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't
It does, because if we were discovering it for the first time, it never would have been played, is what they're trying to say. So it means we were actually discovering a body for the first time, even though Hifumi technically still wasn't dead. But again, I'm not going to talk about that little loophole, that little caveat, because clearly that's not what they're going off of here. I get what they're trying to say.
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
And in reality, when the 2 dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office...
I'm on fire
he
today,
wasn't
boys.
actually dead
I'm on
yet.
fire today. You know, it's hard to piece together when it's like all these, separate things going on. There's a lot to unpack. But when they break it down like this, one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, it becomes a lot easier, man. It becomes a lot easier when they break it down like that. That's kind of how I've always been in life when it comes to my learning. And productivity as well. I look at a big thing and I'm like, whoa, I don't want to touch that. It's too overwhelming. But when I sort of get to the itty gritty, take one thing at a time, break it down, I've always been a lot more efficient at actually, being able to do and be productive in life. So, I feel like that's why I'm being so successful here on these trials as well, because they do a good job of breaking things down for me. So I'm able to sort of focus on one little itty bitty detail at a time, which goes a long way for me.
Meaning he wasn't actually
Makes me feel smart.
dead until we came upon him in the repository.
Okay, so all of this is true, but what exactly does that mean Hifumi's role in this was? Why on earth was he playing dead in the nurse's office? This is a very interesting plot
And
point
that's
here.
just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
I already know what he's gonna say too. He's gonna.
I know!
What?
Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
No.
That is the worst logic I have ever heard.
She's right. Celeste is right here.
But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Oh? I'm sure we have something.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
Oh, is it, Celeste? Is it pointless? Why is that? You getting a little scared we're getting to the truth? Is that it? I don't know. I don't know if it's her or not, but like, you can't deny she's been acting really weird, man. There has to be proof that shows Hifumi was still alive. I have to find it in the show, everybody. I don't understand how this works, right? Because Hifumi clearly, what is his role in all of this? But he ends up dead, so why was he playing dead to end up dead? And then how would another murderer potentially come into play if Hifumi is somehow a murderer in some sense too? He clearly why would he be playing dead? Maybe he got hit? Maybe I'm jumping to conclusions here. Maybe Maybe he thought the safest thing would be to play dead. It could be that. Maybe, okay, here's what could have happened. Maybe the murderer hit him, right, when he was in the nurse's office. He played dead to basically make it so they wouldn't actually finish the job. So he played dead, so it would be like, they think he's dead, so they wouldn't actually kill him for real. And then when everybody left, he got up and he ran upstairs, but then he somehow got hit again and killed? Something like that? I don't know. I think I jumped the gun saying he might be involved, like, in trying to deceive people, but, like, that's still very convenient for the killer in that situation. I don't know, man. We just gotta let the game explain. I should stop theorizing. I'm getting too in my head again. Just let the game break things down for you, LaSala. Let the game break things down for you. You don't gotta jump to conclusions right now. Let the game break it down for you. When the game breaks it down for you, you do well. So let's focus on that instead of theorizing.
Well, here's one thing we do know.
That you're pretty cute, Hina. That's what we do know.
The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office.
Mm-hmm.
And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom,
The cute little swirl in your hair,
his
right?
body disappeared.
Okay, that's not a contradiction. That's true.
And the next time we saw his body,
Yes, when was it, Byakuya?
it was in the repository.
Yes, that is correct.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved,
Mm-hmm.
other than the change in how it was positioned,
What?
there was no notable difference.
What are we talking about, bro?
Then, was he really still alive?
Of course not. It is impossible. This is ridiculous.
The reason I can say Hifumi was still alive, contradiction of these statements all become... Oh, wait,
Well,
what are our
here's
truth
one
bullets?
thing we do know.
Glasses. Yep. He wiped off his
The first time we
glasses.
found Hifumi's
He wiped
body
off
was
his
in the nurse's
glasses.
office.
Yep. Celeste.
While me and Celeste were in the bathroom,
Celeste, you
his
said
body
something
disappeared.
wrong.
And the next
Okay,
time we saw
where's Celeste's statements, bro?
But when you compare his body
Right.
before being moved, other
Right.
than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
But there was a notable difference, so get wrecked.
No, it's wrong. In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository.
There was a difference. The man's glasses were completely spotless on the repository floor.
His glasses.
Would you like to explain that one?
That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
Yes, we shall. Ah, Celeste. You are a pain in my butt this trial, man. I don't know if it's you just being stupid or you trying to hide something, but the list goes on and on of times that you are trying to contradict us only for you to fail.
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood.
Mm-hmm.
But when we found him again later in the repository,
No blood.
they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe
yeah,
them
that's
clean in
right.
the nurse's office trash can.
I think my initial theory was that Hifumi, like, wiped his glasses off and then the killer came back in and actually killed him for real, and that was why his glasses were clean. This makes a little more sense, that he actually walked up the floor by pretending to play dead. Okay, and that's why his glasses were wiped clean. But it's just like, I don't understand how on earth he got killed after he was playing dead after walking up the stairs. I don't know, man. Just let the game explain. I keep getting on a tangent about it. The evidence I found, you right there. It was the cleaning cloth, right? I remember that. Glasses cleaning cloth. There we
I
go.
got it! It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot.
Yes, it was.
One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean.
And it's covered with blood, so, you know, that's obviously relevant.
And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right? And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
Well, we know Celeste had that camera. I mean, that doesn't tell us anything. Celeste wanted to have that camera, so it doesn't necessarily connect anything.
The character was Princess Piddles.
From Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess.
Hearing her say that, just, I don't know, dude, it's hilarious, dude. Princess Pickles from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
Yeah, there's definitely nobody else who brought. I mean, it literally is the same named character.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
Best Byakuya line ever.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Good for you.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is... What exactly?
That you're a dumbass, that's what I'm saying.
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
Does he have a personal butler to do it for him? Who else the hell would have done it? What?
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
What a dumbass statement she just made, dude.
That's a good point.
Who says something like that? I'm sorry.
Well, it must have been him, right?
Who else could it have been?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office.
People are so dumb, man. Like, the only smart ones here are Kyoko. And sometimes Byakuya, as obnoxious as he is. Nobody else here is smart at all.
He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
It does become possible, but what does it mean? I accepted this a little bit while ago. It took me a little bit, but I accepted it, and now I've been on the accepting train about this for a while, that he actually did do this. But what does it mean? Can you explain that part, Kyoko? What does it actually mean?
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead,
Right.
what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
That's also a good question. If that isn't real blood, what is it?
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood.
Oh,
for
that's right. We
emergencies.
saw that.
He probably used one of those.
But that wasn't even a truth bullet, so I'm surprised that that's relevant, because I remember I opened the fridge and it was just like, it said that, but there was no truth bullet. Interesting. Huh. I wonder why. That's an interesting thing the game did there.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out, so he just dumped it everywhere!
Yeah, Hifumi's quite the animated character, so, you know, that doesn't surprise me.
But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done! God, what an idiot!
Why am I saying that Genocide Jill is growing on me, dude? Am I sick in the head for that? I don't know.
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
Go on. Okay, well this changes something or two, does it not? I didn't see this coming, to be honest with you, and I didn't even think along these lines whatsoever.
I got it!
Wow.
It could only have been Hifumi.
So now, my initial assumption is right. This man was completely part of this whole thing, but he clearly wasn't... He ended up dead, so he clearly wasn't the main person. But he worked with them?
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
Oh my goodness.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
Oh, right. Remember when it was locked and we were all searching for the bodies? But he was dead. But he was dead when we found him, so how does that make sense?
The door was locked?
Yeah, it was locked, but you can only lock it from the inside, so if he was in there, how did he end up dead?
Well,
And then the door
after
unlocked.
the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right?
Right, but you're not understanding
So me and
my
Sakura
question.
headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
Right, but if Hifumi was in there, if that's what they're trying to say, he ended up dead. So how on earth did he end up dead and then the door the door ended up getting unlocked, since it could only be unlocked from the inside.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside.
Right. So how does that make sense?
Which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
Right, they're saying Hifumi was in there.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
Right, fine. But how did he end up dead then?
He convinced us all he was dead. And when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository.
Right, but I just don't get it. There's still a missing piece here that we're not talking about.
So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
That's insane, dude. That's actually mind-blowing to me. This man had us play like a fiddle. Hifumi, of all people, who's the most open person I've ever seen in my entire life. He just says whatever the heck popped into his little monkey brain. Actually had all of us fooled, and he did a dang good job of it. My goodness. He actually pulled this off. Well, until he ended up dying. Kind of weird, don't you think? But until he ended up dying, this man completely fooled all of us. He's like he's a master at his craft. Are you kidding me?
But that means he took part in the murder.
Yeah, it does mean that, Sakura. It does. This man was totally playing us.
I just can't believe it.
I got all of you. I got all of you. You all fell for my trick.
That's probably what he'd say.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
Why the heck not?
There's more?
Oh, of course there's more here. I'm sure we're not even close to the end yet. There's a lot more to talk about.
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed.
Oh, jeez, man. Look at her. She's just so cocky. She knows everything, and yet she doesn't say anything. I don't know why she does this,
You
man.
know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto?
Here we go with this,
Item he
dude.
took off of Taka's lifeless body.
Let's let Makoto do all the explaining, even though I've known it the entire time, because that's just the type of person I am. Thing that Fumi stole from Taka, could it have been? Alright, let's go through our list here. Can't be tarp, can't be dolly, can't be glasses, can't be... I don't think it's spotless hammer. Repository, I don't know how you steal that. I don't know how you steal that. No, that's his own. Celeste's account. I don't know how you steal that. No. Kiyotaka's scrap of paper. Note Hifumi had. Handbook. What was... Oh, I did not mean it. What was Kiyotaka's scrap of paper again? Okay, so no, he didn't steal that because Taka had that. The note Hifumi had. Hifumi had this note hidden on him. On one of the edge, it appears to be... Right, we were talking about how... I was yelling at Kyoko and Makoto because it looked like the scrap of paper that Taka had could connect to this, and they wouldn't put it together for some reason. I was like, guys, see if it matches up, and they wouldn't do it. So I think what they might be saying in this situation is that Hifumi stole this paper from Taka, and that maybe the piece of scrap was left behind in his hand. Is that what they're going at with this? Maybe?
I got it!
Apparently so.
You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
That makes sense to me. And if these idiots had actually done what I said to do at the... Not even at the start of the trial, before the trial even started, we would have already had this solved, and Hifumi would have been in our radar a lot sooner.
Hidden notes?
Yes, Hina,
right.
a hidden note.
We found it stuffed in his pants.
Kyoko did that, by the way, not me.
What? In his
Yep.
pants?
Oh, yes, sir.
Yes, his pants.
What the frick? Why would you react like that?
Okay, well, forget about the pants.
Yes, his
Take a look
pants.
at what the note says.
Found a hole maybe we can use to escape. What kind of hole we talking about? Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's just meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
That's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said...
Right, the times were different. Yours said like... I don't know. Wasn't it like 1 o'clock versus 6 or something?
Monokuma can't find out, so
Yeah.
don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
Yeah, I remember us talking about this in the last episode. His said 1 and Taka said 6, so, but basically the same note, which means somebody played both of them.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the same?
No, you idiot, because if you had just looked at the damn note, you noticed that the time is different. How hard is it, dude? How hard is it to use your basic eyes to read basic information? He never ceases to amaze me.
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro. And that person could only have been...
Hifumi's pants? Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness, they're tempting me with that, but no, it's Taka.
I got it!
Hifumi's pants is crazy.
That's right! Taka!
They know the memes, bro. They know the memes. It was Taka because you idiots just put the note together like I said to do! I'm surprised Kyoko didn't do it of all people, because Kyoko's smart. All you gotta do is put the note in the stupid scrap of paper like I said, man. Why are they so dumb?
The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Oh my goodness.
Hello, over here! Objection! Objection!
Okay.
I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right?
Yeah.
So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy!
What? No TikTok here, okay? TikTok's very bad for society, but... what are these nicknames, bro?
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right?
I don't understand those names, bro.
Oh, yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
She doesn't like Hina, does she? I mean, Genocide Jack is seriously scary, but still, I can't let her get to me. Alright, Genocide Jack decides to open her mouth for like the first time all trial when it comes to useful information. 5 bullets? Oh my goodness, I gotta lock in. And raises an objection to us, so we gotta object to that objection.
Right?
Yes, Huffy had the note.
Then the person it was intended for
Uh-huh.
must have been Huffy!
Okay, so you say.
But remember what the note said.
Right, what did the note say?
What time did it say to meet?
Said to meet at 6, yes. Correct.
The time doesn't matter!
Why doesn't it matter? I think that matters a lot, actually.
The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
Okay, whatever. I'm sure that's what we have to contradict. Time mentioned in a note, I feel like that's the key. Is this where the wristwatch comes into play?
Right?
I believe it is, because it talked about how it was broken at 6 a.m. It talked about how the note was broken at 6 a.m., bro.
6 a.m.
Yes.
The time doesn't
Yes,
matter!
no, it does matter. In fact, it's everything here, so shut the heck up and never open your mouth again, please.
No, it's wrong.
As my controller almost falls on my lap, but I stopped it in time, but I didn't get to do my little cool, like...
No, there absolutely is a connection.
You're a moron. You're a moron, Genocide Jack. Just stick to being a humor character, please, and don't try to be a logic character, because that don't work for your character very well. Just be funny and add murderous, humorous bits, you know, and every once in a while attack Hina for the heck of it. You're not really a logic character.
What the hell are you talking about?
Exactly what I just said.
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered.
Right. It's the exact time that his wristwatch got broken, bro.
We've already proven that
Yes,
using
bro.
his wristwatch.
We talked about this earlier.
But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is where Taka was killed.
Taka.
I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Obviously it was. Obviously.
Well, when you put it like that... No further objections!
Right. Well, maybe that'll shut her up for a good little bit. Obviously, it had to do with Taka, because Taka's wristwatch wouldn't have randomly been broken at a random time. It was broken, obviously, at the time that something bad happened to him and his body and his wristwatch. So, 6 a.m., matching up with the 6 a.m. on the note would have to be the case in that situation.
Someone used that note to trick Taka.
Yeah.
Just the same as me.
Yeah, seems like it, Hiro.
The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they'd found a way out.
Yeah, it is pretty messed up, dude.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it?
Stuffed down his pants, no less!
That is the kind of thing that Genocide Jack / Jill is good for. This type of humor, not logic. Please don't ever put her in logic situations again.
Most
Game.
likely, Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
She's a comedy character. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. He took it when he died. Sure.
He stole it?
Yes, Hina, he stole it. Why is that so hard to believe? You really think Hifumi wouldn't do something like that?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
Where's your proof, you idiot? Stop asking me that. Why don't you do something useful instead of just hound me for answers? Okay. Proof that Hifumi stole the note from Taka. Just the other piece of evidence that if you just put together, you would see.
I got it!
How long is it gonna take them,
When
bro?
I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper.
How long is it gonna take them for them to match up the two pieces of paper? This is like the most frustrating part of this game so far to me because it's just so obvious and they won't do it.
If I'm right about this,
I was on this like 2
the
episodes
sheet
ago,
of paper
dude.
This piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Ah, they did it! They put the pieces of paper together! I'm so proud of them. And hopefully in the next episode you'll be so proud of me. Because I'm hoping that we're gonna find out who the heck did this thing, man. Thank you so much for watching, my friends. This is LaSalle signing out. I hope you have a good rest of your day and night. If you enjoyed the video, please consider liking or subscribing. And I will see you on the next episode of Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. Peace out, my friends. And bye. Bye.